Selling has many forms. You can sell by talking to someone, you can sell by writing to someone. So in this video, I will help you create content that sells. Hi Achiever. I'm Fabienne Raphaël and I help you monetize your knowledge so you can fire your boss. And today I'll give you some tips and strategies to write content that sells. Have you heard that sentence, like content is king? And I don't know who's the queen there, but I guess the clients are the queens. It's important for you to have what it takes when you create your content, because whenever you are expressing something to your audience, if they don't feel that they relate to it, if they don't feel appealed with your content, well, guess what? You might be the best person on the planet in your field of expertise, but if they don't relate to what you're writing, well, you might never reach any clients that way. Okay, you would have to speak or use something else in order to have clients coming in to your business. Most of your clients, they will buy from you because of you. Part of them knowing more about you is you expressing yourself, you showing up. Okay, I know that you hear a lot about that online. You got to show up, you got to come consistently, you got to be yourself, you got to be authentic. And all of these are true. Because if you're trying to be someone else, if you're trying to copy what someone else has written or someone else's style, or if you're not sure about what you should do and try to show up as a different personality, well, when people will start to do business with you or will get to know you a little bit more offline, they'll feel that something's off and they won't like it. So they won't come for repeated business. So basically, I wanted to share with you 4 types of ways that you could write to your audience in order to attract them and actually catch their attention whenever they are scrolling through their social media newsfeed, because they see something like very attractive that you wrote, okay? So there are 4 types of posts that you could actually write about. The first one is you're the hero, you're the cartoon character. You could actually paint yourself or describe yourself as someone very particular and express your strengths and your flaws. But try to pay attention or put more emphasis on your flaws or things that you find funny about yourself that could make you look like a cartoon character, okay? Or something that will make people laugh and remember you that way. So I know that once in a while when I'm posting, I'm writing that I'm watching The Bold and Beautiful every day, okay? So that's one of my characteristics, and anytime I post about that, I have people laughing or relating to me, or yeah, watch it too, or yeah, watch Days of Our Lives, or I watch this, or I watch that, because like they feel it's funny, right? I'm watching a soap opera every day, yes, and if I miss an episode, well, I record them, so I see it afterwards, okay? So in the post where you are the hero, while you are trying for the person to picture your personality in a way that is not exaggerated, but kind of like cartoon characteristic, okay? So people, when they think about you after that, well, they can clearly see who they're talking to. They can clearly actually identify your personality and relate to you. And if people like you, well, of course, they will read more about you or whatever that you write. The other one is to show your awesomeness, to show how incredible you are, to show your strength, to show your results, to share your testimonials, to share stories of what you did with your clients and what you realize with them, how happy you are, like just to paint that you are doing great in this world, you are doing great things, you are influencing people and changing their lives. Well, you might as well share it with people, because again, that's a great way for people to buy. If they see that you are actually changing other people's lives, well, of course, they will be more motivated to do business with you because they want their lives changed too. Okay? And when you are featuring other people, well, you are showing to the rest of the world that what you're doing is real. Like, it's not a fake or anything like that. It's just like you doing something, embracing who you are, sharing your gifts or expertise with your clientele and getting results out of it. So yes, it's important to show your results. And when I say that, I think that you should also share when times are not necessarily going well, or when, you want to vent or rant on something, or when you want to take a position on something. Because guess what? The more you stand for something, the more the people who like you will like you even more, and the people who are repelled by you will be repelled even more. So that's what you're always looking to do with your marketing. Really attract the people you want to work with and really repel the people you don't want to work with. So for example, for me, whenever I write my posts and I describe who I like to work with, well, you know what? I say it that I don't like to work with whiners. Loser attitude, I hate it. I remember that when I was playing team handball, I hated it when people were like playing half or not giving their all because they didn't feel like it. What? You don't feel like it? Exactly. So whenever I express who I want to work with, I don't want someone to give me the excuse of why the work was not done. Or I don't want someone to let me know that it's the entire Earth's fault, but it's not theirs. Someone who's not taking full responsibility of their actions. So these are not the people I'm working with. So if that's you, well, I don't know what you're doing on my channel. I only work with high achievers, and I love to express how high achievers have this, like they always aim for more, and they always have like great work ethics, and they are goal oriented. They know where they're going, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get there. So that's the second type of post. So we got the cartoon character, like you're like the hero of your own story. And then the second one, show your awesomeness, like show how awesome you are. The third one has to do with your values, okay? And these are extremely important, and I'll tell you why. It's a must that the person you're working with share the same values as you do. So, because at a certain point, it will actually block your evolution as a person or as a business owner if you pair yourself to work with someone who doesn't see things the same way as you. You'll realize it quite quickly if you've made the wrong choice. So it happened to me in the past when I was doing my podcast, and I actually wanted to see how I could monetize that side of my business. And I remember that at the time, I hired a coach who was helping me creating my podcasting agency, right? And all my life, like all the time that since me and my business partners started the businesses that we started together, we always told ourselves that we were not the type of people who wanted to have like a business with like a ton of employees or a ton of contractors. Like we wanted to have a small team, not like 300 people working under us or whatsoever. So basically what happened is that when we were doing the numbers and we were doing the work with that coach, we realized that, hey, wait a second, we completely forgot what our values were, right? We embraced his vision and we were doing what he wanted us to do. But guess what? That's not what genuinely we wanted to do with our businesses. So eventually we had that serious talk with that person and we had to part ways. And that made us like more happy people, and for him too, because basically we didn't fit with his target audience at that time. Okay, so it's important that whenever you find someone to work with, that they share your values. So when you're posting about your values, what are your values? What are these values that are important to you? To me, it's simplicity, loyalty, empathy, service, family, extremely important. I always talk about these topics. Why? Because I want to attract people who have these same values, where family is important, where simplicity is important. People that are extremely complex, usually they don't get along with me because I'm a very simple person, okay? And in all aspects of my life, I really want to implement that simplicity. And finally, the last type of post that you could express with your audience is your framework. So the way you're working, right? So share with people how you work with your clients, share with people the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 that they have to go through when they work with you, or help them learn lessons out of something that happened in your life and you feel that, oh my God, my audience would so benefit from that story or what happened in my life and I want to teach them something. Well, you can do that, because when you do that, well, you're taking like mostly like your teacher hat or your coach hat. And then what happens is people learn from you and they are touched by the way that you give them the information and with what they learn from you. And that actually might make them stick with you, want to know more and read more about you, about your content. And eventually when they're ready, If they feel that you're the right person to help them out, you know what? They will get into your inbox, send you a message, and get on a call with you to hire you as their coach. Okay? So these are the 4 types of posts that you can use on social media, and also like to have like that type of diversity when you are communicating with your audience, okay? If you have any questions about any of these 4 types of posts, post them below in the comments, and I will, of course, reply to you, and I will see you in the next video.